Seems a quiet night tonight, but the investors usually play back the recordings and we send it out around crypto to other groups as well. So it'll get out there. Okay, good evening, Worldcoin Talk community. Tonight we have an AMA with GolFinance. Messi and Golden, I think, are here to talk about the project. So if we could just maybe start with a bit of your background in crypto.
Well, nice to meet you, and nice to be here. I'm Messi. My background with crypto is basically I'm in crypto since the start of last year, and basically my experience is I have been an ambassador for a blockchain project. I have also worked as a community manager for some other projects, and today I work as co-founder for GolFinance. I have previously worked as a co-founder for another project, so we have different skills actually in the team, because this is not only about me, of course. There is 5 people on the team, like a founding team. Golden is one of them. I don't know if you, Golden, want to introduce yourself and the rest of the team, please.
Yeah, how's it going, everyone? My name is Golden, or the Golden Boot, whichever you prefer. I've been in crypto for quite a while now, probably 2018, 2019. Just been kind of dipping my foot and hodling different assets and whatnot. Finally got into the DeFi summer space and got really intrigued by, earning compound interest and decent APYs more so than a bank. So that's what really drew me into the DeFi space. I am an avid NFT collector myself. I love NFTs, and especially ones with utility and use cases and play to earn gaming. So that's really what drove me to cryptocurrency. I worked previously as a community manager and a few projects, and finally decided to get with our core team members, which we met through other blockchain ecosystems, and we decided to spin up our own fun NFT project, and hence GolFinance. So the 5 of us, it's me, Messi. We have our super dev who's been in our security, or who has been in security contract coding for over 20 years, I believe. We have another dev, and our 5th core member helps with community management. So 5 of us make up the core team. So yeah.
Awesome. So right, yeah. If we maybe just go into the tokenomics, the buys and sells for the project GolFinance, and then we can move into the football aspect and NFTs of the project.
Sounds perfect. Yeah. I would like to start maybe introducing about the history about the project. This started around a year ago, and the first approach for GolFinance was actually to create automated compounding vaults on another blockchain, but all the roadmap shifted and mutated during this year, and we ended up choosing to build like a DeFi protocol, which is an all-in-one solution that includes both like automated market maker, like DEXs or yield farming, and also the vaults. And the NFTs and NFT game is like the version 3 and 4 of the protocol. We'll start with the DEX, and this is where the gold token takes the play in an important place in the protocol. This is our core token, which is the rewards token for the yield farming in our GolFinance gold farms, and it will be also used for both the in-game currency and also for the NFT minting in the future. So basically, we plan to create like lots of use cases for gold token, and we decided to create a token that is scarce. So we decided on a 10 million market cap, max supply. So it is hard coded for 10 million. There cannot be minted more than 10 million tokens. We pre-minted 2.5 million at the token launch this Saturday. And this 2.5 million is what we are going to use for the airdrop, for adding liquidity on GoldSwap after the pre-sale is done, and for the pre-sale itself. And a big part of it, which is 1.5 million, it is the treasury, which is the tokens that will support the whole project. We plan to launch GoldSwap after the pre-sale is done, in which will we add the whole BNB. We plan to raise 240 BNB. That's a hard cap for our pre-sale. And after it ends, we will just add liquidity and allow people to buy publicly gold token. That's how we plan to do it. And an additional comment is that all the pending gold tokens that are not sold during this pre-sale are going to be burned. And the same with the part of the tokens that will be added to liquidity. So to compensate the price. So the starting price for the pre-sale actually is $0.4, roughly, because it's 1 BNB equals 1,250 gold. And we plan to add liquidity at a different rate, in which the public sale, of course, will be at a higher price, at least at the starting price, of course.
Okay, with 10 million token total supply, and that's going to be used inside the football soccer NFT game. Will you be able to vary the amount you need to use inside the game so that it's not too expensive? Basically.
Yeah, I mean, you can always do it like Bitcoin in terms of using decimals of the token. What matters the USD value of the bet, for example, if you are using the bet platform or for buying the NFT itself.
Great. Yeah. So the football soccer NFT game, you're going to be able to stake NFTs to earn gold in the future, and mint NFTs to build a football team. So how many of the NFTs are going to be minted in total? Is that just going to be on the BSC, or will that be cross-chain onto Solana and ETH blockchain in the future as well?
That's a really good question. Well, we actually already minted 100 Genesis NFTs like 3 weeks ago, and we sold out all of them. I mean, we sold 95 of them already. Those Genesis NFTs, people who hold it will receive an airdrop of 1,250 gold tokens for holding it, or for each NFT you hold. We still remove 5 from the market to do marketing campaigns and to distribute it to the community in the future. So there is still 5 Genesis NFT that are pending to be sold. And regarding the other NFTs, we actually plan to do different kinds of NFTs, even collectibles NFTs, like which have probably a supply of 10K, like CryptoPunks or most of generative NFTs on the market, but with football, soccer theme. And the game NFT itself will be basically players, and those will be with different supplies. We actually have some calculations, but we haven't still published the exact numbers. But we plan to have different kinds of NFTs for the players, like one for goalkeepers, for front players, mid players, and defenders. So there will be basically 4 kinds of players, and that will be the initial types of NFTs. Regarding the amount, it depends on the rarity, of course, but we are planning of doing maybe 10K of the common ones, 1K of the rare ones, and 100 of the legendary ones, for example. But that's still pending to be released, like officially, once we have this defined, actually.
Awesome. So how would the football soccer NFT game work? Would it be like similar to fantasy football?
Well, we plan to give them different uses. The first use of them will be just staking the NFT to get gold tokens. That will be the initial use case, and we plan to launch that use case at the same moment we launch those NFTs. But of course, we plan to develop maybe more animated features, and maybe we basically don't want to make it complex. We don't plan to do like a football soccer, like FIFA or something like that. Of course, we just want to create NFT staking features in which people can stake NFTs to earn gold and do different kind of tournaments related to the amount of gold people mint. There will be different leagues, like Legendary League, Rare League, in which, depending on the NFTs you get, you basically can get prices apart from the gold you get from staking the NFT.
Yeah, and then you're planning an DEX and yield farming app. Has that been tested or completed, or is that going to come out after launch? How will that work?
Yes, we are basically forking PancakeSwap, the latest version. We will start with the gold swap feature, in which people will be able to do swaps and add liquidity, and the gold farm feature, in which people will be able to stake LP tokens there to earn gold. That will be the initial release and with those we will be completing GolFinance version 1, which includes the Genesis NFT, the gold token, the gold farm, and gold swap. The first two have already been released, and we are actually on the pre-sale of the second one. But after we launch GoldSwap and GoldFarm, that will be completing version 1, and then we will focus on creating the vaults, which are automated compounding, which will use our own farms, but we plan to also add compounding strategies for other DeFi protocols in the Binance Smart Chain ecosystem.
Right, yeah. And how will the gold vaults work? I know you've said you've got a top security guy, Deb, that's been involved in security across many projects for over 20 years, so he'll be working on that aspect, yeah.
Well, we are basically taking as reference always contracts that are having extensively proved on the ecosystem and that have been already audited. So we are not trying to create the wheel. We're always taking as reference existing code, or at least the most we can. And the second one, of course, we will plan to audit all our smart contracts. But regarding the security, for example, you were asking exactly about the vaults. We also plan to fork another kind of vaults or yield aggregators. We are thinking, for example, on AutoFarm as a reference we are looking into. But we basically want to be able to include that on our platform because we are users of yield farming products, and we are users of bots, and we think those are key products that must be included on GolFinance.
Okay, yeah, if we could maybe go back to the football aspect, you're going to be able to mint NFTs to build the football team, which is, I don't know if that's unique in crypto, and quite an amazing idea, really. I mean, it means people will mint a lot of the NFTs to create the football team. Will it be based on players in the Premiership and Italian Football League? And is there any problems with copyright on that? But I think with fantasy football, you can use the real names of people. It's not a problem.
Yeah. It's something we have considered a lot, and we actually plan to do our own fantasy characters at first. We don't plan to use Cristiano Ronaldo's name or something. But maybe, of course, if we are able to grow enough, we would love to be able to pay for the copyrights and be able to partner with different football teams and do NFTs together, like So Rare or other products in the ecosystem.
I'm just wondering, how many you'd need to mint, because if the game blows up, then you need more than 10,000. Obviously, people will you have a transfer windows where people can sell their NFTs as well in the game?
Sorry, can you repeat the question? I didn't really understand.
We have transfer windows like you have in football and soccer, where people can sell their NFTs and people can buy them for their team as well.
Yeah, of course. I mean, the moment we enable the players, the idea is to enable people to trade them. It can be a fixed price or an auction system, but we plan to have our own NFT marketplace for people to trade their NFTs. That's a key feature for all collectibles NFTs, basically, because people will want to have the specific team player which has the highest stats. And another feature we're planning to introduce also on the staking system of the NFTs is creating an auto compounding effect on the NFT, in which the NFT will get higher rewards the longer time it is staked. So there is an incentive also to stake it for a longer period. That way you will increase the stats of the players. So you can also kind of train your player in order to create more gold tokens. So you can also add value to the NFT by staking it.
Kind of building off of
Cool.
yeah, so I was just gonna kind of build off that a little bit. We entertained a little bit of different collections. For example, I'm a big fan of street soccer, and so I think it'd be really fun to do like a street version of our characters. So maybe, for example, like our first collection might be the typical, standard team jerseys of like kind that you'll see. So they'll maybe look similar to players out on real life, but then maybe our second collection might be, a street version that has different stats and has a collectability aspect to it, where when you're building your teams, you can mix and match your different collections together and really build a unique team for yourself. And then, put your teams up in tournaments and win special, one of one NFTs that give you staking bonuses and all types of unique features within our vaults. So really the possibilities are endless with GolFinance. It's just how much imagination that our community can come up with and help us build.
Yeah, I can see the prospects of the NFTs being very valuable because they want to buy the player for the game with a higher stats and everything. How would the stats work? Would you players be able to improve the stats by playing as well in the game?
Yeah, exactly. That's the like auto compounding effect that the NFTs are planned to have. The more like you use the NFT, the higher the stats will be. It will be basically calculated as a hash rate for the specific NFT, and that hash rate will increase in time the longer you stake or play with that NFT. That's basically the idea.
So almost like
it's huge incentive to stake as well. Mm.
Oh yeah. So like pretty much like owning a Bitcoin miner or something. Like if your NFT begins at 100 hashing power and you leave it in there for X amount of time, let's say 3 months. By the end of the 3 months, your NFT might have a hash power of 130 or 150, and it's continually mining gold tokens at an increased rate. So yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, my brain's working overtime. There's some great features that the staking offers rewards for your team, and the minting NFTs and the value can go through the roof because you've got really valuable players. So the rarer the NFT you would mint would have higher stats to start with. Is that how it works?
The idea is to all of them to start on in the same starting point. So there is no like advantages at first for the initial NFT. So the only way to get higher stat NFTs is by using them or staking them. That's the initial idea. And regarding NFT, there is something else I would like to mention that is not in the white paper actually, but is one of the plans we have is regarding the Gold DAO, our decentralized autonomous organization. We plan to use NFTs for that too, like having like team members NFTs, ambassadors NFTs, legendary members NFTs, so people can vote and have a different voting power depending on the kind of NFT that they have. But those are not like game NFTs, but like are more operative or operational NFTs for the team itself.
Yeah, sky's the limit. You could have a manager NFTs and coach NFTs. It's awesome. So what's the sort of timeline for the game, the staking, the DEX and yield farming after the launch?
Well, the yield farming and the gold swap features are going to be released next week, and the vaults are the next feature we're going to develop. This is still, we have started doing some research already, but haven't done the code yet. We plan to do the vaults during Q4 of this year, and we'll start working on all the NFTs feature starting on Q1 next year. but there is no
Okay, and
specific date for launch, if that's the question. Yeah.
yeah, you can never narrow it down to a few weeks or days, because then investors want it out that week, and you can never sort of plan that way. And the football soccer NFT game, when would that be launched?
Yeah, we also plan for Q1 next year. I mean, the whole NFT features will be launched together. I mean, the gaming itself will be when the NFTs are released. So that's Q1 also of next year. That's where the plans are. Depends also a lot on the community growth and everything. We actually do not have specific dates as goals, but specific objectives like community objectives and growth objectives.
Yeah, I suppose if you could bring the NFTs out before the game launched, then that would build the investors and communities ready for that, and then they've got their players ready, and it'd be awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah, this like creating the NFTs themselves won't be too difficult, but in order to really utilize all the features of the NFTs, we really need to get that vault, perfect and operational, make sure everything is working on the smart contract side. So really, once we get that vault going 100%, it won't be too long after that we can really start pushing the NFTs out. Just like you said, just get people excited, wanting to collect and trade their favorite like players or teams or jerseys, for example, and just really start building in their teams. And then once our vaults are 100% ready to go for the game implementation, then users will be just simply be able to go in there and stake their NFTs and start earning rewards.
Yeah, I mean, the sky's the limit. Everything links in so nicely, and it's it's amazing what ideas you guys have come up with here. So how many devs are you going to have working on the game aspect and the NFTs and the security aspects of the vault?
We actually have 2 devs working at the moment, and we are having some interviews to hire a third one for the vaults for what ends up in the year. But we know that for the game, we might need a couple of devs more. Basically, because we are not planning to use Unity, at least on the first version of the game. But that's it, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you could bring them staking NFTs out to increase the stats before the game comes out, that builds momentum as well for the investors and the community. It'd be awesome. So KYC, doxing of the team and the size of the team, how's that going for GolFinance?
Sorry, I didn't understand the question. Maybe okay. You can answer it.
KYC for the pre-sale, doxing of any of the team and the size of the team, sort of thing for GolFinance.
Oh no, we haven't done KYC yet. We plan, at least for the moment, we plan to remain anonymous. That's what we plan for the moment, actually. Yeah.
And audits, have you got audits planned for the GolFinance?
Yes, we are planning to do audits. We don't have any specific date yet, but as I told you, all codes are like proven code that have been audited several times, so we can trust that they work actually. But of course, we will have third-party audits as soon as we can. And regarding security measures, of course, we plan to lock the liquidity. We plan to lock part of the treasury. Same with like the management of funds. We plan to use Gnosis Safe for funds management and create a governance using third-party governance platforms to manage all decision making inside the team, as long as we don't have GoldDAO lead.
Okay, so the pre-sales actually running now, is it? What's the soft cap and hard cap for that?
Yeah, that's correct. Currently, our soft cap is 120 BNB, which we're looking to raise with a hard cap of 240. So we're really just looking for, community to come and grow with us and that believe in play to earn gaming and DeFi. And if, if these things are interesting to you and if you like soccer and collecting NFTs, and we really want you a part of our community and just to be involved, whether you invest or not, it's not too important, but yeah, we just really want people to have fun with our project and just grow with us as a community. But yeah, pre-sales going on. We'd love to have you if you guys are willing, and we're always open for a discussion. All of our, contract codes will be open sourced, and you can find us on our social medias. We're very active on Discord and Twitter and whatnot. So yeah, just come hang out with us, and we'll all have a good time.
Yeah, well, NFTs need to have a value nowadays, and you've built that in with a staking where you can improve a football team investor that wants to grow the stats of his team, and the resale value and everything. So it ties in really nicely. And what are you looking forward with the marketing after launch? How's that going to work?
Ideally, ideally, we want natural marketing growth. I think we're really just going to focus on pushing out our decks really hard, just making sure everything's good to go. I really feel that once people interact with our decks feature, people will get really interested in just providing liquidity and just starting from the beginning, and really starting to hype up the community. And then as we release all these different features like the vaults and even our NFTs, I think our fan base and the hype around our project will really just start to boom. So hopefully we'll have some great community members that will be willing to, make YouTube videos and spread content, write articles about what we're doing and how we're doing things if they like what we're doing. And it's really just about spreading the word. So if you guys are like what we're doing, just please tell your friends and get involved.
Yeah, I know investors love football and soccer, so word of mouth and everything. Yeah, they can get the message out there to investors, and they get really excited with sports gaming and NFTs. That'd be great. So I can open up questions to the rest of the team if anyone's got any questions for Messi or Golden. No questions. Okay, we can continue. So did you have a private sale before the pre-sale as well?
Sorry. Yeah, no private sale. The only thing that we've done is our pre-sale so far. So you guys are literally getting in on ground launch. We don't have any big VC capital ventures or anything like that backing us up or anything. It's literally 100% decentralized, community ran. Everything's been coming out of our own pocket and just trying to grow as naturally as we possibly can. So yeah, I mean, this is really your opportunity to start from the beginning with us and come together as a community.
Awesome. Yeah. So the pre-sale that's open to the public. Anyone can invest, and whereabouts is the pre-sale taking place for investors to get involved with?
Absolutely. Yeah. So anyone that wants to, you're more than able to participate. I think you have it in your chat somewhere. It's at coinapptool.com. It's a pre-sale platform that we found, and they actually have a lot of good implementation tools for projects to launch their pre-sale, tokenomics and whatnot. So yeah, you just go in there, click on the link. It'll bring you right to our pre-sale, and then just whatever you're willing to contribute to the project will go straight to liquidity, or most of it will go to liquidity and marketing incentives. yeah, and then from there we'll just use that liquidity to start building up our decks and provide LP for you guys, so you guys can swap, have those super high, APRs until things start calming down, like most swaps do. And yeah, so get involved.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So again, I can open it up to the community or investors. Anyone's got a question for Messi or Golden about GolFinance project? No. So yeah, if there's anything I've missed, anything you want to go over with the project, I can send it back to Golden and Messi.
Messi, is there anything else you wanted to mention? Just kind of looking over our roadmap. We do have a pretty extensive roadmap, which I encourage everyone to look at. You can find it on our Git book, and we literally just try to detail as much as we can to give you guys as much of a sneak peek as possible into what we're planning. So even though we are planning to do our DEX yield farming and our auto compounding vaults and our NFT game, we do hope to try to do fun things like prediction markets and betting, and maybe try to tie in some real life soccer features into our game. Just make it as fun as possible for our community. It would be a dream for us to get sponsored by some soccer team, women's soccer. Like, it really doesn't matter, just some real life soccer aspects for our community. It'd be even really cool if we can do like some really cool like ticket giveaways. One of our community members actually gave us that idea. Maybe for like one of our tournaments, we buy a championship game, like 2 tickets or something for whoever wins, and we can airdrop those for fans, or even real life jerseys, or possibilities are really endless. Yeah, we're really just trying to do something fun and for our community, and yeah, we're kind of just see where things go.
Awesome. Well, yeah, it's very exciting. I can see, you thought it out really well, and it's quite amazing how you can link everything in to the football with the NFTs and staking and everything there. Yeah, hats off to you that you came up with it. I don't think anyone's come up with this for the BSC before. So, yeah, it's a very exciting project, and I hope people, can join the community and get involved. Definitely.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I mean, one of the reasons why we want to do this project is because we want to help and educate the community precisely. And our slogan says it. I mean, we want to maximize users' yields and profits. We actually want our users to feel safe and be able to get real good yields. I mean, and all this in a secure and reliable way. We focus a lot on making this secure, reliable, efficient, and about caring a lot about the community. I think this is key. We are true believers that community is key for all crypto projects, that without a good community, there is no crypto project that can succeed. So that's why we are focusing a lot on it. And of course, another reason we're doing this is because we love football, soccer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. With the ideas you come up with, you're ahead of the game with anything on the BSC. I'm sure there's going to be some copycats in the future, but as long as you keep ahead of them, and this could be a huge project for the BSC. It's really exciting. I can open it up to the community or investors if anyone's got a question while we've been talking. No? Okay. So when we have an AMA here, you're welcome to come back, keep us up to date with everything on the project. Send it to me or post it in the text chat. The pre-sale and will the launch be about 24 hours after the pre-sale? How's that going to work?
Yes, exactly. we are planning on deploying the contracts right this week, so we will have everything ready for after the pre-sale.
Okay, awesome.
We do have a timer somewhere, and I could probably share it with you as well. We have a timer that it's literally counting down to our first block being minted, so you guys can kind of keep track of where we're at and how soon we are to that point. But I'm pretty sure it's around Halloween, like Halloween Day or the day after is when our first mining block begins and we can start farming. So we're really getting ready for that spooky season and then turkey season soon after. So yeah, very exciting times ahead.
Awesome. Well, if we could go back over the decks and the yield farming that you're launching, will there be higher yields from the farming rather than just holding the token in the future?
So usually with yield farming dexes, pretty much anywhere you go when you first launch a dex, the APYs tend to be fairly higher, although the variable or ratio kind of depends on certain tokenomics of the token, or in our case gold token. It varies on the liquidity, the gold price and things like this, which will dictate the actual percentage of the different swaps that we offer. But usually, when you're first starting out, you'll see, 1,000 plus APR percentages for some of your favorite LP swaps. And even like stablecoin positions tend to be really high for the first at least a few hours until people really start staking, and then the rewards tend to go down as more people join the pool. But yeah, I mean, we won't know exactly until we launch, so we'll just kind of keep a close eye on it. But I'm sure the opportunities are very vast for early adopters. So usually, the earlier you're into these liquidity pools, the more you earn. So literally, the early bird gets the worm.
Yeah, but then in the future, because the NFTs are linked into the game, then that sustains the price to stake long term. And will it be locked or unlocked to stake?
For the LP pools, or just for your decks, we're not locking up anything. So you have full control over your assets. So for example, if you see a good ratio between gold and BNB, for example, you can combine the two or link the two together, create a LP token, and then stake that on our liquidity pool for gold BNB, and then you'll earn whatever the variable ratio might be, and you'll get paid out in gold tokens. And then you can unstake at any time that you want. So if you find another pool that's more appetizing to you or less risky, especially for our new members, we understand that not everyone understands what impermanent loss might be, and managing your positions every day can be a little complex. So that's why we have the different features like the NFTs and the single staking vaults, where you can stake one asset instead of trying to balance out the ratios in our swaps. So we literally just want to have a feature for everyone to kind of, appetize everyone at the table. So there's something for everyone here.
Definitely, yeah. I can see the unique ideas you come up with, and yeah, I'm very impressed. For the BSC and the football and the soccer side, and the minting the NFTs, how the value can increase, because you use the whole team, and into the future. It's really, really interesting project. Thank you very much for coming and doing an AMA with us, guys. Like I say, you're welcome to come back, and if anyone is listening to the recording, we'll send you the Telegram link in the text chat if you want to go over and ask the guys after any questions. The recording will be sent out around the BSC. So yeah, I'm sure a lot of investors would like to get involved with the sports aspect, the staking, and the vaults at GolFinance.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much for having us. We really do appreciate all of your guys' time and efforts. Again, yeah, just find us on our social medias and we'll be more than happy to help you guys along our journey to scoring goals.
Awesome. Yeah. So the pre-sales on at the moment, how much has been raised towards the soft cap, hard cap for investors to get involved and buy in?
Well, we are around 30 BNB now that have been sold and
Cool.
210 remaining. So we are really a long way to go yet, but there is almost 4 days still remaining for the pre-sale. It ends on Saturday.
Yeah, sure. Starts to fill. I think we had a pre-sale the other day, sold 50 BNB while we were actually doing the recording of the AMA. So I'm sure lots of investors here will get involved with that and start to fill that up. That's great. Thank you very much for coming, guys. I'll stop the recording and send a copy over for you to share with your community. And I'm looking forward to the future for GolFinance.
All right. Thanks
you very
again for
much.
having us. We'll talk again soon.